We welcome you into North Gwinnett High School as we get ready for a special one. It's the Battle of Green. Greenforest, the Eagles, and the Grayson Rams. Joe Hilsman, Barry Browner, Sylvester Williams, glad that you're here with us courtside, the SUVTV.com. And just as a reminder before we get this game started, whether you're buying or selling a home, Virtual Properties Realty offers a state-of-the-art Atlanta area home search engine that updates daily. Visit joshmendoza.virtualpropertiesrealty.net to browse our real estate listings or to receive a comparable market analyst for your home free of charge. joshmendoza.virtualpropertiesrealty.net. I'll throw it over to Barry. Barry, this Grayson team has been talked about, and the head coach Jeffrey Pierce sitting on something. Got some help with some transfers, but overall, what do we expect from this Grayson Ram basketball team?
I'm going to tell you, Joe, Grayson's team, they've got a chance to be special. I had a chance to talk to Coach Pierce earlier today, and he talked about how this could be one of his deepest teams ever. His bench is unbelievable, and then led by Charleston commit Travis Anderson and LSU football commit Kenyon Jackson. This team is actually going to be a team to watch, and they're one of my teams they had a chance to win the state championship.
Sly, we throw it over to you. Greenforest, we know about this program. Rory Griffin taking over now his first season. What do you expect, and what do we know about this Greenforest lineage?
That's all we can really speak on is the lineage, because actually I know absolutely nothing about Greenforest. No one knows about Greenforest. We got a whole new team of Greenforest Eagles out there, Joe. A whole new team of Eagles. I'm talking about you have a team that has won 3 out of the last 5 state championships, and now they got a whole new thing. But Coach Griffin, he's just going to keep this train rolling on track. I already know.
We are underway. Grayson is in the green. Greenforest, they are in the white. The 5 on the floor that started off for the Rams. There's a drive up and no good, and that was Rico Hallman. He's out there with Tyree Kelly, Luau Solomon, Nick Edwards, and Travis Anderson. Down the lane, floating layup behind, no good by Christian Jackson, who's out there with Zion Simmons, Bright Okongwu, Jalen Clark, and Ibrahim Jarju.
Look for Grayson to push the ball during this contest. I think that Grayson's got a bunch of good guards. Seniors Nick Anderson and Nick Edwards and Travis Anderson are 2 good guards, along with senior Lou Solomon.
Anderson going to drive on the baseline and a push and a foul. And we've got our first foul of the contest, 31 seconds in. That foul will be on Christian Jackson, his first, team's first.
You know, one thing I like about this
Zion Simmons, I apologize. Go ahead.
This Greenforest team, they're always going to bring size to the party. Bunch of big guys out here.
You see Ibrahim was unable to save it. Now here comes Anderson. Anderson stretches it to the corner over to Edwards. Edwards now will pull it back out, and here's Anderson. He's being worked on defensively by Zion Simmons. There's a drive knocked away, and it will stay with the Grayson Rams.
You know,
Grayson already with a victory this season. They are 1-0. They defeated Woodland Stockbridge in their opener, but that was a week ago. A team that went 21-10 last season. Dump off, layup, underneath, left it short. Going to get the rebound, kick it back out. Now he's going to drive, Holloman up, got it bothered. Ibrahim Jarru in there. He hustles it down, and now it comes down to Christian Jackson. Jackson went across the timeline. Jackson spins it over to the right. Clark pulls a 3. Long air ball, no good. It is going to be saved by Okongwu. Get it back inside. Up, layup, good. Christian Jackson.
Grayson's got to find a way to box out. Freshman Tajay Kelly got to do a better job of making sure he puts a body on somebody to make sure he boxes him out.
Edwards around that screen. Bad pass, and it's a turnover. Here come the Greenforest Eagles in transition. Oh, Ibrahim going to go. Lost it, recovered it, and then stepped out of bounds. Tried to do too much there with it. Ibrahim Jarru.
I think one big different thing from this Greenforest team than what we're used to, Greenforest has always been tall, but now it seems like they have a little bit of size, a little bit of weight on them to go with that tallness from Greenforest.
Greenforest putting together another run at it, this time under the head coach, Rory Griffin. I'll get into more about Coach Griffin as we progress. Easy layup off the window by Taj Kelly. And Grayson is on the board.
You know, no wasted movement from Taj Kelly right there. He caught that ball up high, and he put it back up really quick up high. Beautiful layup by the youngster to get 2.
Looks like Grayson's going to try to press Greenforest and make them. They won't allow them to advance the ball up the floor though. Looks they're not sure about the guard play at Greenforest, so I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to try to press.
2 minutes gone by, and a foul call right there. So Grayson now racking up the fouls. Coach Pierce wanted the traveling violation.
You know, exciting Grayson team. You talked about Travis Anderson. I watched that young man play against Newton last year at Grayson, and he dropped 30 points on Newton. I like the way he plays.
Okongu with a poor decision tried to hit Ibrahim. It is a turnover, and Grayson has possession. So it's 2-2, but neither team getting going fluently offensively through the first 2 minutes and some change.
Jarju's been on the floor about 4 times already in the game, man. He's diving out there every loose ball.
Edwards goes around the screen, going to go down the right lane, spin it out to the left, stop over to Holloman. Holloman a three. It's up, no good. Rebound will come down to the guard spot to Jalen Clark. Clark rebounding out of the guard spot and getting pressed. Spins it up ahead. Here's Kristen Jackson. Jackson now going to blow right by Holloman, going to go all the way, put it up with the right-hand layup. No. Rebound swiped out of there by Holloman. He outlets it quickly. Here comes Edwards. Edwards all the way, fouled. And you got fouled by Clark going in on the break. A tough foul. Going to make you earn them at the line.
Yes, sir. He's going to make them earn them.
Foul starts number 2, Clark.
Barry, you mentioned in the open about the potential that you think you could see the Grayson Rams winning a state championship. And I think that begins with scheduling. Decula, Gainesville, Warner Robins, they're going to hoops giving. They're playing at the Wheeler Tournament of Champions, which they've done previously and last year. When you schedule like that, it gets you ready for the postseason run.
No doubt about it. Like I said, in talking to Coach Pierce, one of the things that he stressed to me was that they weren't going to run from anybody. He wanted to make sure they played people during the season so they could get ready for that run in the state tournament. Going to the Final Four last year was huge for those guys. And bringing back a bulk of guys and also bringing in transfer Terrence Porter should help Grayson out as well.
Holloman driving coast to coast in action for Rico Holloman. And Terrence Porter and DeAndre Williams both coming in from South Gwinnett. Edwards are still in lane. And they jump out to a 7-2 advantage on Greenforest. And Coach Rory Griffin calls a timeout with 4:33 to go.
And this has always been the story on Greenforest. You got to beat them. You want to beat their guards.
The Atlanta Hawks, Georgia Tech, UGA, Clemson. These are just some of the basketball teams that call CBA Sports Court their home floor. Contact SUV TV's official sports construction specialist, CBA Sports, to discuss your indoor or outdoor sport court needs. Go to cbasports.com. Joel Hilsman, Barry Browner, and Sylvester Williams, glad that you're here with us. Game 3 of the day from the Jared Cook Classic at North Gwinnett High School. And Sly, you brought out in the open, you didn't know nothing about Greenforest. And talking to Coach Griffin, he said, we got to learn ourselves and our chemistry. Chemistry is a big part of it. And I'm going to throw it back to you, Barrett. You talked about the depth. We haven't seen it yet from Grayson, but you know now, if you're going to say they got some depth, they better have some depth. I like to say it because there's one team in the state that's deeper than deep.
No doubt about it. Grayson is deep, and I'll tell you why I say that. Just watching, I had a chance to watch the scrimmage against St. Francis. Their bench produced a lot of points. Also watching, I had a chance to watch a little film on the Woodland game. Their bench continues to play well. You got guys on the bench, Orville Graham, and a couple other guys that come off the bench and produce for Coach Pierce. Also, big for Coach Pierce, adding Kenyon Jackson, a football player, is also big for Coach Pierce this early.
Here comes Terrence Porter off that bench. And here comes Kenyon Jackson. Jackson returning to the scene less than 24 hours of having his football season in. And you hate to get on the bus to come back over here, but hey, at least you get to wipe that taste out your mouth. Greenforest, they're in the white, Grayson in the green, and Grayson coming with that trap. Here he comes, poking it behind. Edwards couldn't get it away from Simmons. Sends it back in there. Simmons caught it at the low block on the ground. Jackson gonna go reaching forward with Ibrahim. There's a jump ball call. Jump ball with 3:51 to go, and Greenforest in need of a hoop.
You know, you're talking about Jackson and a Grayson football player playing basketball. You don't usually see the Grayson football guys on the basketball court this early.
Well, that goes two ways with that. Shot no good by Halleman. They caught an L last night. He doubled, no call.
Oh, yeah.
Halleman lost it, and now here comes Barberry. Barberry in transition. Gonna dump it off all the way to Simmons. Simmons off the glass and score. Good transition, score.
I think both teams, seems like both teams are kind of rushing a little bit. Just relax. Now, this will be a good time for Grayson, and also when Greenforest gets the ball to come back down and run a play, just run a set.
Goes around the screen, gonna drive Edwards all the way, layup good. He was in control at full possession. Nick Edwards up to 5 points. Breaking the press and doing it in the middle. Simmons now dribbles on the right wing, coming up on 3 minutes. Simmons, a long three. It is in and out. No. Rebound ripped out of the air. There he goes, and getting it is Porter. Porter is long. Up ahead, Edwards. Edwards going to dump it off to Jackson. He tried to dunk it home. No good. Rebound is going to come off. And here comes Lorenzo Barbie. A long lead pass up ahead to Moyer. Moyer lost it out of bounds and a turnover. Oh, well, Kenyon Jackson tried to introduce himself to basketball. Blew the dunk, though. 9-4. Grayson with the lead.
He still has his football legs. He'll get that one next week.
Yeah, valid point.
And one thing you're seeing from Grayson also, notice that they're starting to platoon guys in. In comes Justin Fleming, another good guard.
Porter, nice move. Was able to maintain his control and poise and put it in, 11-4.
And strong move by Porter, too, to hold on to that ball.
Justin Fleming, as Barry was talking about, number 2 in green. Ibrahim with the pass down low. Moyer up off the window and scores. Good high-low action there.
You know, I like Ibrahim's game. You know, I like the young man. He's on the floor. He's hustling. I love it.
I agree with you. I was just observing him just walk, and he's got that walk to him like he's ready to take off. There goes Edwards floating down the lane off the iron. No good. Ibrahim goes and rips it on the glass and gives it over to Lorenzo. Lorenzo in the middle now to Simmons. Simmons, lost it, recovered it. Keeps the right-hand dribble, but goes right to the corner. Kicks it back out. They'll look. He's wide open. Dumps it off to Ibrahim. Bad pass. We had court vision of the passing lane, and he didn't go there. Anderson on the break to Edwards. Edwards up off the window and scores. Nick Edwards is having a fine first quarter.
And this is also what he did against St. Francis as well. Actually led the team in scoring that game. So one thing you're seeing is not just Travis Anderson, that Grayson's got a couple of pieces.
Moyer, get it out of here. Get that shot out of here. He got blocked there. Jackson, he had basketball legs there.
He had basketball legs there. He got up for that one.
1:32 to go. Barry, as a case of where we're sitting courtside, and we saw that passing lane. I think it was too difficult to pass on the previous possession there by Lorenzo Barber.
Right. No, I think that had he looked the other way just one time, then he probably would have found his open man.
Man, that was a dime drop. Seek and you will find, I'm telling you. Clock goes under 90 seconds, first quarter. Stop, catch fire, a three. It is good. Christian Jackson, a 3-ball.
And I really like Justin Jackson. His length and the fact that he can shoot the basketball, I think Justin Jackson's got a chance to be a player as well.
5 points in the contest. Shot is up, no good. Devin Smith is in the game. Oh, there he goes. Boom! Kenyon Jackson. He found them legs real quick right there. Can I get an SUV TV instant replay? Where is my poster machine? Lord Father.
And look at him just explode up and throw it down, Joe.
Stat row, your source for youth sports highlights. They'll get that one too. Complete the 3-point play.
Joel,
oh my goodness.
Joel, I'll tell you right now, if my mother was watching that, she would have swore I came out of retirement, and that was me going up there throwing it down like that, Joel. I tell you.
Y'all sure you play football?
Well, you know, I play football. He plays football too. That's what us football players do. We come in the off season and we dominate on the basketball court. That's what us football players do.
62 seconds, under a minute now. First quarter. Y'all just don't realize. I be wanting to get in. I be wanting to go in on slide so hard, and it be good. But sometimes if I just be quiet, it's for y'all's sake. Offensive foul call on Darren Moyer. Thank you, Barry, for bringing reason to the broadcast. 54 at 9-10 seconds. Kenyon Jackson. He was close to pin tweet status, wasn't he?
I'm telling you.
Got him a nice block, went up and got him. Here comes Smith into the forecourt now. Grayson out in front by 7. Goes around the Jackson screen. Left hand dribble, alley. Yeah. He caught it. Comes back with a pass in the paint. Get it up, get it out. Back up and in. Nice job by Devin Smith. Sticking and staying with it. They called that design play for Jackson to catch that alley.
And you're going to see that again because he was open.
Yeah. Rebound by Porter. Porter with 20 seconds. Long strides into the forecourt like a gazelle. Lost it on the floor. Here comes Ibrahim. Ibrahim gets it up to Clark. Clark up ahead to Jackson. Christian catches. Bothered him. Layup good.
Good finish by Jackson.
I think she might be related to number 2.
I think she might be too. I like that jacket she got on. Long half-court heave. Jackson, no good. Well, Greenforest kind of got it right there at the end of the quarter. It's 18-11. Grayson off to a booming start behind Nick Edwards, 7 first quarter points. We'll be back right here. The SUV TV. We get ready to start the second quarter here on the SUVTV.com. 18-11, Grayson with the lead on Greenforest, and Edwards with 7 points there to lead him, and Kenyon Jackson with 3. And Barry, you and I were talking through in the break. I mean, Kenyon, exciting.
Very exciting. Been watching Kenyon for a couple of years and just watched him just mature and grow. And here he goes again.
Kenyon Jackson on the baseline.
And I'm talking about his whole head was above the rim when he threw that down, man. He just threw it down.
Long, man, just long. Long. Shot up off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound ripped down by Okiki. Okiki turns and puts it up and in. Robinson Okiki off of the Greenforest bench. Now looking to try and inject some life in it. 7:20 to go. Greenforest, a very small school, but they have a very vocal crowd.
Now, when it comes to Okiki, Sly and I
Porter.
talked earlier. And Sly gave me a reference to Okiki.
I told him Victor Eno. He reminds me of a shorter Victor Eno player last year for Greenforest, you know, because it looks like he's just going to come off. He's going to come on the field. Come on the court. He's going to grab about 8 or 9 rebounds and pick up about 4 or 5 hard fouls, man. I'm telling you.
Well, I'm going to have to wait on that one. You could make that reference because he's wearing number 5. But I feel you because he got an offensive rebound and a putback, but then it gets the turnover, couldn't catch the pass.
He reminds me of Victor Eno.
I'm with you. So who does Ibrahim remind you of then?
He reminds me of Bebe Aola with that energy.
A little stronger, though.
Well, yeah, a lot stronger than Bebe was at that age.
He's definitely thick and filled out, though.
Yeah.
But with that energy he brings. Bebe went for 30, I think, the other night up there.
Jackson driving layup good. Kenyon Jackson just off the bench into the scorebook, and technically off the bench and off the football field, literally. Less than 12 hours ago. There's a steal. Gonna have to get 34 out the book.
You know what I like about Kenyon Jackson? This is one of the things I like about football players. It's the aggressiveness that football players bring to the game. You know, he got that ball, he lowered his head and went straight to the hole. He was either going to dunk on that or get fouled and go to the free throw line. That's what I love about when football players come to play basketball.
One of the things I think they like to do is they like to catch him at the high post and just kind of let him work. He's quick enough. He's a tough matchup for any big because of his speed.
Jackson now at the free throw line, already with 7 points. 8. And 2 of 2 from the stripe.
Really impressed also with Nick Edwards as well, though. Nick Edwards came in, started the game, and just really gave him a spark.
And we talked about the depth that Barry brought up, and now you're beginning to see it. At least the opportunity to show that depth. Coach Pierce up and down that sideline. Good. Well, Kenyon Jackson now off the bench and quickly now has turned it on now. 9 points. Mitchell Evans into the contest. Mitchell dumps it off in the middle to Okeke. Okeke up and in, good. So the bench now injecting life, or trying to, for Greenforest. A steal by Jalen Clark. Clark across the lane. Stop, floats with the right hand. He left it short. Tip, he got his own rebound. Stop, gonna pull the jumper quickly. No good. Rebound, tipped by Jackson. Recovered, and now here comes Williams. DeAndre Williams all the way. Left hand layup off the window. Good.
Good finish by Williams on the layup.
I think that's where I think Clark should have brought it back and reset the offense there, in my opinion, on that last possession. A long 3, good, boom. Stroked it in, Dylan Pritchett, a 3-ball. Greenforest now, and Coach Griffin really trying to reach down on the bench and find something. A turnover, lost it out of bounds. Justin Fleming, the 6'1 junior. And here comes Travis Anderson back into the contest, along with Rico Hallman.
Really like Rico. I got a chance to see Rico play a couple of times this summer with Game Elite. Rico is really developing too, and expected to have a big year for Grayson as well.
Mitchell Evans puts it between the legs. Younger brother of Mike Evans, gonna drive, tripped up, and a push call.
Mike Evans, one of the mainstays on that Greenforest team.
Came over from Stockbridge. I remember his first game. It was in the Jared Cook Classic, and I had his name wrong. And he was in the game with the low-top Air Force Ones on because he wasn't expecting to play, and they forgot his shoes. And Coach Thompson turned around and called his number. Inside now. Well, that's a SUV TV Classic. Long 3, Clark, no good. Rebound ripped down by 34. Outlet now, and here comes Williams. DeAndre on the left side. DeAndre gonna go baseline. DeAndre with the left hand, count it, and the foul, DeAndre Williams.
Good finish by DeAndre Williams. Took the contact and scored the bucket.
10-point ball game, 5:10 to go in this second quarter. You know, Sly, we had the East Hall game earlier, and they had a massive substitution. I think the horn's gonna blow over there today.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna break. We're going to have to go get one of them air horn cans.
I tell you what, now, Coach Pierce, he doesn't mind using that bench. I guess if you rode the bus, you might as well get ready to play.
3-point play is good, 11-point lead for the Rams. Now going to drive is Cam Shavers into the contest. Stop, a long 3. Pritchett, good. He bottomed it out. Dylan Pritchett, another 3-ball.
One thing I like about this Greenforest squad, though, they aren't scared to shoot the basketball.
No. But, you know, I think that's one of those comfort things for years and years of having 7-footers up under the rim. It builds up the confidence of your guards because you know you can go up there and just throw anything, well, not anything, but you can shoot a lot of shots, and you know your team has a great chance of getting the rebound.
Travis Anderson now, who has yet to score in the contest, will go to the free throw line, and he's got the 1-and-1 with 4:53 to go. Free throw, no good on the front end of the 1-and-1. Look at Okeke, and look at the hustle saved by Evans.
Good hustle by Greenforest. I like the way Coach Griffin got those guys scrapping.
Evans was there, but also Christian Jackson was there. It'll be Grayson basketball baseline with 4:51 to go. Anderson going to attack, stop, a jumper is good. Travis Anderson, his first field goal, coming in after a season where he averaged 21.5 points a game. Corner 3, no good. Rebound ripped down by the Rams. They have a 10-point lead. Anderson now being worked on defensively by Shavers. Now here comes Simmons with that trap. Anderson all the way, still dumped it off, and a whistle underneath.
Called a charge.
Offensive foul, all right.
Well, you know, when Anderson hit that little jumper over there, that's all day for Anderson. You know, that's one of the reasons he got that scholarship down there in Charleston.
Charleston Southern gonna get to go and be a play with some other fine Georgia talent. Philan Fleming out of Cedar Shoals, his freshman year down there. What's my man from his name escapes me all of a sudden, from Augusta that's down there. Christian Keelan.
Keelan, he was a player of the year, I think, in their conference.
Should have been.
Should have, yep. Keelan, big-time performer.
On a drive, Evans no good. Anderson got the rebound. Here they come with 4 minutes to go. Travis Anderson gonna flip it up ahead. Porter catches, layup good.
One of the assistant coaches down there, one of the guys who got Travis Anderson was former USC great DJ Mackey.
There's a jumper, air ball, no good by Simmons. Iron has struggled here in the early going now, although we're halfway through the second quarter. Coach Griffin comes up and gives out the defensive instructions. He's letting Mitchell Evans drive, and Edward Anderson scores on Young Evans. Push the lead out now to 14. Kicks it back out now to Pritchett. Pritchett over on the right side to Zion to Okeke. Okeke looks, and the pass is going to go through the hands. Here comes Williams. Williams dribble, layup, good. He boom dribbled like he was going to go up and throw it.
I thought he wanted to go up and get that.
Grayson's guards are definitely putting the pressure on, and they're making it very, very hard for Greenforest. And that's one of the things that's their biggest strength. Grayson's biggest strength is their guard play.
And right now, I think the issue with Greenforest is lack of experienced guard play. Okeke, though, is doing work on the offensive glass.
That's his second offensive board he got down there.
And the second time he scored off an offensive rebound. 37-23, 2.5 to go. Anderson drives, elbow jumper, no. Porter, the foul over the back on Terrence Porter. Substitutions now. The Atlanta Tip-Off Club annually recognizes the top high school and college players, coaches, officials, and administrators in Metro Atlanta and the state of Georgia. Join the ATOC and nominate players and coaches, or learn more at atltipoffclub.com. The Atlanta Tip-Off Club. We'll come down here and shoot some free throws now. And Greenforest, who's trailing by 14, could use this opportunity, Barry, since they're now in the bonus with 2:26 to get to the free throw line.
Right, and get a couple of free buckets. Like I said, led by Okeke, man. I'm really impressed. It's my first time seeing Okeke, but really impressed with just him just playing hard and playing strong. Bringing
that energy off of the bench so far. 6 points, all of them in this quarter. Did not play in the first quarter. Ball knocked away, tipped out of bounds. It will stay in the possession of the Grayson Rams.
One thing Grayson does have to do, though, they have to do a better job of taking care of the ball. They've got a couple of just careless turnovers.
Wow, Solomon into the contest now for the Grayson Rams. So now they are beginning to try and show how deep they are. Smith around the screen. Okeke picks him up. He fires it over now, and here's Solomon. Solomon on the cut now. The Porter. 2 dribbles up, left it short. Back tap, out of bounds, and it will go over to Greenforest with exactly 1:58 to go. Simmons, Pritchard, Okeke, Shavers, and Kristen Jackson, the 5 on the floor for the Greenforest Eagles. Shot was blocked by Porter. Simmons just all out of control. He's just flipping stuff up there and not making anything happen. 1:35 to go.
That was a great job by Terrence Porter, just getting big. He didn't try to jump to block the shot. He just got big.
Driving down the lane, a beautiful move. Devin Smith.
Nice
5'11" and a sophomore.
Nice take by Smith. One of the things that Grayson loves to do is they love to run that high pick and roll.
Now going to drive all the way. Simmons up off the window, knowing a foul with 75 seconds to go.
And they'll run the pick and roll with the freshman Tajay Kelly. They'll run it with Terrence Porter, and they'll also run it with Kenyon Jackson. If you look at how Kenyon Jackson almost got the dunk in the first quarter, that's probably what they tried to do.
So now Christian Jackson is at the free throw line. Jackson with 7 points in the contest, his first trip to the line. Back iron, no good. In a quiet gym, when you make any noise, it's going to get with you. Kai Cook checks in now for Greenforest. Greenforest, they're trying to show that they got bodies upon bodies over there.
And the free throw line hadn't been kind for the Greenforest Eagles over there.
Back on, blew them both. 0 of 2. Rebound comes down to Luau Solomon. And now walking it in is Devin Smith. Smith around the screen roll action. Smith gonna drive all the way, up and in, offensive foul.
Yes, sir. Way to get there and establish your position and pick up that charge.
Yeah, beautiful job. You can see it happening. And that's the thing, Barry. You can tell when a player, he was almost like head down. You knew he was going because the drive was so strong. He didn't even have a chance to try and avoid the charge.
Right. He wasn't. If he would have just pulled up a little bit and maybe shot the little floater or something, then maybe that would have worked. But Okiki did a good. Again, we call his name. Did a good job on defense by standing there and taking the charge.
Kai Cook not afraid to go attack the trees and draws the foul. So Kai Cook going up to the free throw line.
And I think it's early in the season, but I really like what Coach Griffin's got at Greenforest. I think that they're going to be competitive as the season goes.
Yeah,
Kai Cook.
That 1A, that private school 1A level should be really competitive again this year. Well, I say really competitive. I expect big things out of St. Francis, but I guess the past 6 years you had the same champion, either Greenforest or St. Francis. But like last game, we just saw Lakeview. Now Lakeview has some shooters over there, so Lakeview should step up big time.
Cookies!
Oh,
And a foul call. Wow. Looked like a clean rip by Cam Saverson. Wow. All right. Broadcast etiquette. Folks, that happened right in front of us. You want to talk about getting ripped.
Caught off. That's a good strip though. Good defense though. Good defense.
Free throw up and good. Smith puts it in. Sly and Barry on the previous broadcast were talking about technicals. Now I wouldn't have got a technical right there, but I would have made the ref think about it just a little bit, cause like, man.
now that's the third pass that went through Okiki's hands.
Yeah, they need some stickum. They've had some passes go through their hands, and they playing with that Wilson wave. Beautiful, nice feeling ball, basketball.
I like that. That's a big man move by Porter right there.
Yeah, Terrence Porter turning
And a
the
steal.
score. Put it up, and it did not roll in. Up and in. Put back by DeAndre Williams. So Williams off the bench now has 9, and Porter off the bench has 6, and those were the new members of the team that transferred in from South Gwinnett. There's a steal. Solomon with 8 seconds. Now he gets it up ahead. Long pass. Here he comes. Stop. Gonna hesitate all the way up off the window. No. Tip home. No. Rebound. And that'll be the end of the first half. It is Grayson 45 and Greenforest 24 right here. VSUVTV.com. Remember, per the Atlanta Business Chronicle.
I just love being a leader.
Because I like to punish people.
I think the big thing is just taking the right shot.
Just to embarrass people.
I'm a beast. Do my thing whenever I'm putting on someone's neck.
My dogs will be the best in 4 years.
I got a high ankle sprain going for a rebound.
Injuries are part of playing.
I got hit catching a pass and broke my collarbone.
So it's good to know that the sports medicine doctors, therapists, and athletic trainers at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta are experts at treating young athletes. If your child suffers any kind of sports-related injury,
I got hit and dislocated my shoulder.
bring him to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
restaurants delivered right to your door? I know, I just blew your mind. All you have to do is go to choices2you.com. Choose from a list of great local restaurants, pick what you want right from their menu, and Choices to You will deliver it to your home or office. It's that easy. Get real restaurant food from the places you love delivered right to your door. Choices2you.com. Eat out without going out.
I said, my bad, Lisa. We welcome you back into the Jared Cook Classic here at the North Gwinnett. I'm Joe Hillsman, joined side by Barry Browner and Sylvester Williams. Barry, quick thoughts on that first half that has the Grayson Rams up 21.
They kind of started off sloppy, but then they kind of got going. Nick Edwards got going in the first quarter, and Kenyon Jackson straight off the football field.
Literally.
Dunking the basketball, using his legs, getting athletic. I also like Terrence Porter as well. And for Greenforest, I like Okiki and the big fella, Abraham.
There's a hoop by Grayson, and they cracked the seal on his second half, 47-24. Jumper rattles right on in for Cam Shavers.
What I like about Anderson, he just picked up right where he left off, you know, just scoring easy buckets or making them look easy.
Anderson below the foul line, floats it up with the right hand, left it short, no, gets the rebound and falls down, and there's a foul. Luau Solomon now getting some burn, along with Edwards and Taj Kelly, Anderson, and Rico Holloman. Here's Anderson. Anderson puts it on the floor, drives, puts it up, got it blocked, recovered it. Now across the lane, pump fake, put it back up. No, can't get a call, and now an offensive foul, loose ball. Foul on Taj Kelly. Turnover, Grayson.
This would be a good time for Greenforest to actually try to capitalize and get a bucket right here as well. Grayson's looking to press.
Right here in front of us, I had them hands slide, man. Come on now.
I was ready.
I had them hands, you got to worry about it. I was adding up the point total there for Grayson in that second quarter.
I was protecting the equipment.
Thank you. Grayson, Greenforest with the hoop.
Good finish by Christian Jackson.
Jackson now up to 9 points.
One of the things that I'm seeing the Greenforest had in trouble with is actually staying in front of the Grayson guards. Looks like Edwards, Anderson, and Smith off the bench, they're just getting to the basket whenever they want to.
Yeah, those ball handlers, they're so quick, nifty, fast with the ball, and they just get, like you said, they get to the basket whenever they want to.
Substitution now. Edwards at the free throw line. Puts in the first one. He'll get one more. He has 8 points on the night. Short arc, no good. He split both of his sets of free throws. 20-point lead. Now, here comes Clark. Clark, jumper, a three out the front iron. No rebound. To Holloman. Holloman out to Edwards. Edwards now going to go all the way and dunk it home. 10 up. Nick Edwards showing off the hops. Got that Grayson bench up. Spins it across. Stop. There's a three on the line. No good. Rebound is going to come down to Solomon. Luau now to Hallman. Hallman had Anderson. Not going to give it up to him. And a unnecessary foul there on Jalen Clark.
And you hear the Grayson fans behind us talking about, ooh, when did that happen?
That's the one thing the Grayson football program gets a lot of love. And we've seen Grayson over the years, basketball in the last couple of years, especially under Coach Pierce. They've got back-to-back 20-win seasons, but don't see as much support for Grayson. Barry, what do you think you can attribute that to? I'm not sure. It's odd.
I'm just going to tell you that I think Coach Pierce is actually the winningest coach in Grayson history. They went to their first state playoff because of Coach Pierce's second year at Grayson. I think that Grayson is more of a football town, and I think basketball is kind of like second nature. So the things that Pierce has done in the last couple of years have just been tremendous, not only for the community of Grayson, but also Grayson basketball.
I would have to agree with you there on the football deal. But this team here is pretty good. Three ball, back iron, no good. Tip, And recovered by Greenforest. Jackson goes up, knocked away by Hallman.
And, you know, that's one of the problems when you have such a dominant football program that the basketball program is just often overlooked. You know, people are like, hey, we just play basketball so we can stay in shape for football season.
But I think that there are true basketball players on this team. We know about Jackson, and then we saw
There's that alley.
You called it earlier, too.
I told you they were coming back to it.
I mean, why would you not? D.Ali Thompson, who came in. They are football players, but for the most part, I'm going to tell you what, I see Nick Edwards right now. He looks like a basketball guard. Anderson, another three, back-to-back 3 balls by Travis Anderson. He's trying to warm to the task. A turnover by Greenforest, and it is getting close to out of hand, 56-28, and a timeout call. And Coach Rory Griffin has loosened up the tie because he couldn't choke himself watching this one.
I think that I just saw the frustration in Coach Griffin. Just unforced turnover. And anytime you have that situation, that's going to be a problem and could lead to a big loss. Right now they're down 20.
But they're down to a 28.
28. Unforced turnovers will do it.
Stat Road showcases youth sports highlights and gives a portion of its revenue back to teams. Visit statroad.com today to learn how your team can partner with Stat Road. So Coach Griffin now, you mentioned it's a 28-point ball game with 5:06 to go. We may be headed toward a Mercy Rule 6-minute fourth quarter, but everyone, and we talk about expectations, a 3 again by Travis Anderson. Give me the hot sauce. Give me the hot sauce. 3 threes in this third quarter. The threes are wild at 4:55 and a foul.
You know what I love about Anderson? He just makes it look so easy and so effortless when he knocks down those threes, man. You know, this guy's a player. And Charleston Southern, you know, I'm from South Carolina, the old Baptist College. That's what it used to be called, Baptist College. Charleston Southern's a great school. They play in the Southern Conference. But it seems like, though, if Travis Anderson was 4 inches taller, you know, he seemed like he could be a guy at one of those Power 5 conferences.
No doubt about it. His talent-wise, he's there. Just I think the size kind of hurt him as far as being a Power 5 guy, but no doubt the talent is there. Like I said, I'm continuously impressed by Nick Edwards. You know, senior, been in the program for 4 years. Just really, and he's really been a part of some teams that have went to the state playoff. And so his leadership, along with Anderson and some other guys who've contributed in the past, are really helping Grayson out.
3 ball, no good. Jackson rebound, lost it right into Luau Simmons. Luau Simmons now. So, excuse me, Solomon. Excuse me, Luau. My bad. I like the first name though, Luau. And a foul called on Travis Anderson, a blocking foul. Coach Pierce didn't like it. Now I know Sly likes to get into other things. How you like Coach Pierce and the J's he got on, Coach?
Oh, yeah, I saw the J's over there, man. You know, I'm going to have to go and ask Coach Pierce for a pair myself, man. It looked nice. Got the green to stay with the Grayson, you know.
We got to get a shot of Coach Pierce's shoes when y'all get a moment now. That's the head coach now. That ain't the lay coach and the park coach.
Nah, that's the head coach.
That's the head coach, Coach Pierce. Hung out with him in the hospitality suite, him and his assistant. And if you didn't know him, you would not know he was the coach. A driving layup finger roll is good, Christian Jackson.
Christian Jackson continues to play. Like I said, impressed with Christian Jackson. I can't wait to see his development as the season goes.
Anderson counted and the foul, Travis Anderson. He has had himself a whale of a third quarter. Now with 11 points in the quarter after this and one attempt, he could have 12, 63-31.
And I hate to look ahead, fellas, but the one thing, watching Norcross, Wheeler, McEachern, Meadow Creek last week, Tiff, I've got to, in Shiloh, I've got to put Grayson in my top 5, in my top 3.
Okay. Top 5, top 3. Well,
no.
Huh?
I'm gonna argue with you on that one. Not top 3.
You ain't. number one is McKeecher. Now,
Without a doubt.
You can talk about 2, 3, and 4 all you want. Number one, McKeecher. I'm going to have to lean toward Barry as they being number 3. I'll give Norcross 2 and them number 3. That's not too far of a stretch.
Even though they took a big L, I'm still going to put Wheeler up there. I'm still going to put Wheeler up there because I just like the different things that Wheeler can do.
That's a quality loss, huh?
Yeah, that's a quality loss.
Anderson, had a flat tire and blew a layup. They're going to get that to him on the bus. Kiki, nice energy reverse. Could not get it to fall. Rebound ripped down by Hallman. Hallman now cleaning the glass quietly, probably up into double figures rebounding. Lost the dribble on it. Tip out of bounds. And it will stay with the Grayson Rams.
Grayson's starting to look sloppy a little bit, I think, because they feel like they got the game in hand.
And you know what? We hadn't seen Abraham or Okungo this half, have we?
We have not. But see, here's the thing with Coach Griffin, and he was very candid, and this was the point I was going to get into. Everybody at Greenforest knows the standard, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They know the expectations. There has not been anyone in this gym that I've spoken with today that know me in covering Greenforest. A nice drive by Nick Edwards again. And they all have said the same thing. We know we're going to take some licks this year. We're young. And that makes us a great situation for Coach Griffin to walk into because the bar has been set. Or was it set?
Right.
Because he'll be the third coach. But, you know, the nugget that I'm going to drop on you, Barry, is Coach Griffin he didn't accept the head coaching job.
Wow.
He did not accept it.
I'm curious. I'm curious to find out what happened.
He looks like he's wearing the suit over there now.
Yes. He originally came to Greenforest in its infancy and brought in LaRue, who won those titles and left, and then brought in Coach Thompson and left. And now he felt it was time to be the head coach. You know, he's in position over there.
Right.
So he knew it was time to go ahead and get in because that's why I use the word in the open, the lineage out there for Greenforest. It was there and it had been built and established, and he said, we need some stability now. I'm here. I'm going to go ahead and be the head coach. He had already been there at Greenforest, and that's something to be that humble during that time. Man, Nick Edwards is having a field day on that rim. 71-33, that is impressive. Kiki, though, jump stop and was fouled. I think Kenya had everything from the floor to the roof. So that's the back line story of how Coach Griffin got the job. And, I've been around this Greenforest program a while, and I was always impressed with his stuff, but he wanted to be able to provide the opportunities for others. And they set the bar, and now he saw the program a little shaky, and all right, now I'm the head coach.
Right, and that you know what? Shouts out to Coach Griffin, man, for just being selfless. A lot of times in this business, a lot of people aren't selfless, and so I wanna give Coach Griffin a thumbs up on that because that's big.
And the way he described it right before we finished chit-chatting and talking, he said, I told them guys I'd sit down so they could stand up.
There you go.
Wow. Respect to Coach Griffin.
But here's the thing about Greenforest. Now they're taking a tough one right now. But you got to realize, come January, when they're thick in that 1A private school ball, it's still going to be Greenforest and everybody else.
A nice drive and layup by Anderson.
And you know what, Sly? I said that earlier. I said that, this Grayson team is probably one of the top teams in the state, period. So taking this loss in this manner is, I'm not going to say it's acceptable, but it's understandable. I think come January, I think they will be in the thick of the 1A race.
And Greenforest coming into this game 1-0 with a victory over Lithonia. And you and I talked about Lithonia last week, and Greenforest goes in there and beats them last week.
And you know what? I'm going to one of the things about Lithonia, had a chance to talk to someone earlier in the week, and Lithonia probably could be one of the best teams in DeKalb County and probably one of the best teams in the region.
And that region is thick now. That region is thick, and Chamblee is coming on. If some things turn right over there, they be young. They might put a couple pair of freshmen out there. They're gonna be young, but that region overall is very, very solid. Both free throws good by Nick Edwards.
Columbia Miller Grove.
There you go, right there. Columbia Miller Grove, Lithonia. Arabia Mountain is improved.
I'm looking forward to our Holiday Hoops Giving. Columbia is going to play Newton, and Newton's a team I'm very interested to see how they respond this year.
Hallman has had himself a heck of a third quarter, dropped it off. They didn't call the goal team. Ibrahim now is back in, and the layup is good.
Once again, Coach Pierce is starting to show his bench and just bringing guys off the bench, just plug and play at this point.
And, you know, it's amazing how deep some of these teams are this year. You know, you got a team like, I guess, probably all of our consensus number one in 7A, McEachin. McEachin's so deep off the bench, and then you have Norcross. Those guys seem like they just keep on coming in the game, and now you're looking at this Grayson team. They're deep. You know, I'm used to high school ball. You know, you're just seeing about 5 or 6 good players. You know, your state champion have one squad that's really good, but now a lot of these teams, second teams, can't compete.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you who one of my dark horses is. I'm going to drop this on y'all. Kennesaw Mountain.
Oh, yeah?
Well, that's not a dark horse, really. It's not well, you said dark horse. I thought you were having a gym. Yeah, Kennesaw Mountain tough. They got a scorer over there.
Jalen McQuarrie definitely.
They got a scorer over there.
I'm talking about
they have a bucket filler over there.
I think he had 29 the other night. Did he have 29?
I'm going to be shocked any night he don't have 20, 25. And that's not putting the boy in esteemed company. That boy can put the ball in the basket.
And the crazy thing is he's a Wheeler transfer.
Yes, which was part of the reason why he had to sit out last year. But that's neither here nor there. But I give you that. And now, the only other thing about that is, do they have enough help? I mean, they're not going to be deep like what we seeing deep in Grayson or McEachin to me still is the deepest team. That's why I say they deeper than deep. Nice move by the football playing Delaney Thompson. I mean, McEachin, as I say, they're deeper than deep. Shot is up and good. I really, the intriguing part to me, you guys, we talk about region play, non-region play. I want to see if there's a Georgia team that can beat them. I really want to see that. I can't say. And right now, yes, I see Grayson. This is a 44-point ball game, so I'm able to see a lot of that. But I don't think they are even deeper than McEachin.
Right. Exactly. McEachin's probably one of the deepest team. They're the deepest team in the state of Georgia, and I'm talking about Georgia Tech and Georgia. So, I mean, McEachin, and you know what? And that's the thing. I would love to see McEachin get to Dix National or somebody from the state of Georgia. I think we were missing last year.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's too much good, talented basketball in the state of Georgia for us not to be represented at Dix.
But the thing is, to get to Dix, though, from Georgia, specifically Georgia, you better be 12 or 13, 14 deep.
Exactly.
Because the teams that are there, they're going to be deep.
Yes, sir.
They're going to be deep. You're not going to get there with 5 or 6 or 8 guys. You're just not going to do it. So, listen, Sly made the point that guys that are sitting on the bench could be starting elsewhere. Delaney Jumper, Ibrahim went skying for that block in a 50-point game, 40-point game. Go back up, Porter, and score.
But, you know, the one thing, we keep talking about how deep McEachin's bench is. We keep talking about how deep they are. But it's another team right there in Gwinnett County, Norcross. They have a team full of shooters.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They have a bench full of shooters. It seems like everybody can shoot on that Norcross team.
And I understand that, of course, coming up right here tonight on SUV TV, we'll have Norcross Gainesville. First time get to do 2 gyms in one day in the high school season for SUV. But here's the reason why I think, and there's no jade, no bias, no whatever. 9 through 13 on McEachin. 9 through 13 on McEachin. They're starting everywhere else.
That's right.
They're starting 9 through 13.
And that's scary.
That's scary.
They're starting everywhere else as sophomores or as juniors or as freshmen. 9 through 13. I didn't add 14 and 15 in there. That will grow roots in the bench this year. I mean, that's deeper than deep. When you can take 9 through 13 and put them somewhere else and they're starting.
And I just think that Coach, like I said, Coach Thompson, man, you and I, Joe, talked about it offline, man. Coach Thompson's really a good coach.
Very much indeed.
And I think that to be honest, fellas, I think that this, you never want to say it's somebody's year, but it could be their year.
I really think it could be. 81-42. And let's remind you, if your school gym store took a selfie, how would it look? In addition to the new court construction, CBA Sports offers maintenance services that can help your court look and feel better. Visit cbasports.com today to schedule a consultation or learn more. And to go back to your point, Sly, I talked with other coaches and men's, women's, girls basketball, and they all said Coach Thompson was a good coach. Coach Thompson just don't have no talent. And he was making it to the playoffs, 17-win team, 16-win team. Now he got the talent.
Right.
And now everybody say, well, can he really coach? Well, as Barry talked about, we talked offline, now he can coach.
Right.
Because you got the talent too that's coaching. And we didn't talk about it last week. The shirts that they had on has an offensive foul on the screen there. We are at a 6-minute mercy rule. It is too many and not enough at the moment. A 39-point lead, 81-42. They had on their shirts hungry and humble.
Yes.
And I can't really say that I've seen McEachin really, even through this stretch run, even through the summer leading up to the hype now, I ain't never really seen them get out of place too much.
Right, exactly. And like I said, if you go to SUV TV, my partner with Hoop Circle, Coach Mays, actually had a chance to interview those guys. And the one thing like I said, he called me. First thing he said, man, those guys will play for each other. And like I said, he said that's a special group.
And they're going to count the hoop for Mitchell Evans. And now a technical. So Coach Pierce has been hit with a technical, which means he's going to have to get the seatbelt going on. So the basket is good by Mitchell Evans.
No, I think they gave it to somebody in the stands. I think they gave the technical foul to somebody in the stands. Because it doesn't look like Coach Pierce is sitting down yet. Mr. Ref.
Who was the tech on?
The bench.
Yeah, they did hit it with Coach Pierce in and out, no good now as Dylan Pritchett shoots his free throw. He split the technical. So now Coach Jeffrey Pierce, and they so deep over there, do they have a chair for him to sit on? Here comes Ian Shefflin into the ball game now.
Second Grayson, number 32.
So now Coach Pierce, since it was on the bench, now he has to sit down.
He gets to kick the Jordans up.
I know. Did we get the Jordans? As I look at my producer, Miss Lisa Burnett, did we get a shot of the Jordans? We were talking about them earlier.
Number 24, for Greenforest.
Okay, all right. He said the tech was on the bench. It automatically goes to the head coach. Well, we knew that. This crew has handed out technicals in the last 2 games to the bench. A 3 is good by Christian Jackson.
Christian Jackson, the long bright spot right now for Greenforest.
Robinson Okeke has been pretty solid, I would say.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? Not only has Robinson Okeke been solid, I really like Abraham Georgie. I like his energy. He hadn't done much offensively, but just diving on the floor, getting loose balls, jumping, blocking shots. He's just one of those high energy, high motor players.
Yeah, but you could see the potential. I
Exactly.
think.
Right, no doubt about it. But we just didn't see him that much in the second half.
Yeah.
No.
And see, that could have been. I mean, like we talked about. Coach Griffin told me before the game. He said, you know, we still got to figure out what we have. And he named a couple of players, and that basically you want to talk about early season basketball. This is it right here. He said we've been together 2.5, 3 weeks. You know, he said basically we got to wear name tags at practice. So, you know, you can see it though. But you can see that this team, as we mentioned, and look at the youth. Look at Cook. Nice spin move.
Kai Cook looks like he belongs at the junior high school.
Jumper is good by DeAndre Williams. Hey, he may be an 8th grader now.
Babyface assassin. He hit a nice 3 in the corner earlier in the game. Young Kai Cook. And then it's funny saying Mitchell Evans. You know, we talked about Michael Evans, you know. You know, Michael Evans, it seems like he's been at the program forever.
It does, and he only spent 2 years. That came over from Stockbridge. Now he's doing the prep school route.
Now we got little brother out here playing.
Yeah. And he was getting burned when the contest was being contested. So, you know, and that's another thing we talked about. Coach Griffin trying to find that guard play. You know, Sly talked about this. I know Sly gonna like it. Here's the second part of the nugget for you. I told you I was gonna come with you now, Barry. So, Coach Griffin is originally from Greenville, South Carolina. So if you know anything about Greenville, South Carolina, and the hooping spots, that's Sterling, Butler, Springfield on Sundays, and went to school at Southside with Shamon Williams. So that's guard play right there. So he knows what they'll need. That's a nice layup off the window with 4.5 to go. What they need from the guard spot, and him and Shamon got together and they chit-chatted, and he said, man, we're loving the coaching thing. And so that's pretty cool because I spent a lot of my pickup basketball in South Carolina. So we had a good chill chat. Corner 3, Dylan Pritchard now. Hold on now, folks. That's his 3rd 3 of the contest.
Shamon Williams is the 2nd most famous alumni, or 2nd most famous person from Southside High School.
Who's number 1?
Marie Rosa Ferguson, my auntie. Head basketball coach for the women at Southside for 20-something years.
Does he work on this stuff, man? He must work on this.
Rosa Marie Ferguson.
He got to.
He works on this.
My auntie.
Shouts out to his auntie.
Hey, shouts out, auntie. Is she the basketball coach?
Yeah, well, she passed away now, but she was the head basketball coach at our Southside for 20-something years.
Okay, all right. We see, I tell you, I swing Sly into it some kind of way.
A couple of state championships over there, a couple of them, you know, modest. That's how us Williams do. She's originally a Williams. But seriously though, that Southside program is a very deep, lot of history.
Yeah.
A lot of history there.
Yeah, and of course, you know, KG came out of the area. That's Malden High.
Malden always, and you know me, a South Carolina guy. I get so mad when they say he's from Chicago.
Well, I mean, it's where you left. He went to Farragut, but look,
I turn over a table if somebody says he's from Chicago.
The old rule is if you know where he's from, you know where he's from. That's Malden, South Carolina, man.
South Carolina's had plenty of hoopers though. Ray Allen, I can tell you.
Ray and KG was on the same team in AAU ball.
I can go back to the days when Ray Allen was a dunker. Ray Allen wasn't a shooter when he was in high school. I remember very clearly Ray Allen wasn't a shooter. Ray Allen was a dunker.
88-53 after the made free throws. Grayson in firm control. We are in the depth development portion of the program here on SUV TV.
Notice Grayson's playing the bench. They bring in Ian Shefflin.
Yes, Ian Shefflin is in.
Maceo Thornhill.
Ooh, couldn't do it. Shefflin back up and in.
On cue, Ian Shefflin. And talking to Coach Pierce, he expects a lot out of Ian Shefflin and Tajay Kelly as well. Two guys two freshmen that he thinks that can be impacts in the program in the future.
You know, it's good when you got two, 6'8", 6'7", 6'8" freshmen over there.
I look at Porter. He just so long. Man, he long. If he gets some biscuits and gravy on a daily basis, it might be trouble.
See, that's the thing about these kids playing AAU ball. They don't get the summers to work at McDonald's, so they can go and eat some Big Macs and pack on them pounds.
The shot is no good. Kai Cook with the rebound. Here's Pritchett. Pritchett, he's pulling a three. Off, no good. Rebound tip. That makes me, who is the football guy? Shot, slided, that gave up eating the quarter pounders. Oh. You know who I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about.
Name escapes me right now.
Man, too many hits to the head.
Played.
I can't remember.
Oh.
I can't remember, man.
Didn't he play for LSU?
Oh, God. Why did
Or he's at Auburn. He's a freshman this year, and he gave up eating quarter pounders because he wanted to lose the weight. He says, and he said the only reason he ate quarter pounders
was to gain the weight.
Was because McDonald's was net dosing when he got bored. Who is it? Y'all know who it is out there. I can't take it. Shefflin free throw was good. 91-53. The game has been out of hand for quite some time now.
But, you know, I joke about McDonald's and the fast food spots. But, I mean, truthfully, though, before, you know, I think during my day, during the 90s, during the summer, kids didn't play. Yeah, you didn't play so much AAU ball, and you had to get a summer job. So you worked at a fast food joint, and you ate all the food when you were supposed to be working.
Right. I got a McDonald's store, but I'll leave that alone. I ate my check one time. I worked at McDonald's on Rita Ann Road, and I ate my check.
It happens. It happens.
I did Taco Bell for 3 days. That was enough. I couldn't do it. Oh, give me that. Good contest there by Bright Okongu.
But you know what? He's a guy, Bright Okongu. It kind of hurt that it hurt a lot that Big Mo, Muhammad Abdul Salim, decided to go to prep school, and then he decided to forego prep school and just go to the University of Greensboro. He was supposed to be playing for Greenforest this year. Now, I would have loved to see Big Mo and Bright in the middle of the lane together. Now, you talk about a lot of quarter pounders and Big Macs. Now, that's a lot down there.
That is true.
And add Abraham.
But see, what I'm going to say, though, with Bright, it's going to have to be his show defensively. We know Greenforest to always have a defensive anchor.
Right.
Yes.
That's kind of been their hallmark, and that's what they've done. So you can expect, like I said, this game, Coach Griffin, this game, you know, they're just going to work on some things and then just try to get better. And like I said, it's not really where you start. It's where you finish.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And you're not going to get better by playing, you know, this is Grayson 7A, Greenforest 1A, but we know Greenforest is a basketball program. Yeah. You know, this is a basketball place. But you're not going to get better whipping up on, you know, the smaller team. So, you know, taking this beating, and this is a beating. 3 ball. That's one bright spot, too, Dylan Mitchell in that
third
3.
or fourth.
That's his 4th. I got to give him the hot sauce. Give me the hot sauce, Dylan Pritchett. 4 triples, that'll get you the hot sauce. 95-56, coming up on 2 minutes to go in a 6-minute shortened overtime. Or not overtime, where in the world? 4th quarter. Drive and get it out. That's the anchor we're talking about defensively by Bright Okongu. Here comes Greenforest back this way. Stop. Catch a 3. Simmons, it's off, no good.
One thing about Greenforest, they're continuing to play, though. You don't see guys giving up. You don't see guys pout. They're just playing.
Shefflin counted and the foul. So Ian Shefflin has came off the bench and put 6 in the scorebook, and he'll go to the line. It's a score and 1 more.
And you know what's scary about a guy like Ian Shefflin is if you don't have guys like Porter and Jackson, Ian Shefflin probably plays.
That's what, I mean, you get into that deep conversation. So right now you say, I can honestly say I think they are 9 deep, 10 deep.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue that. I wouldn't argue that at all.
So then they would have, yeah, all right. So how deep is Norcross?
I want to say Norcross is 10. I want to say that second unit from Norcross can still come out and outshoot most people out the gym.
Well, you know what? We didn't see one of the things I want to see tonight, and hopefully he plays.
Muhammad
is Issa Muhammad, and that'll let me know where I see Norcross at.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? Tonight would be the night for him to play based on the matchup.
Right, exactly. I can't wait to see Buffin, KJ Buffin, and tell you a guy who I'm really hyped on is Xavier Bledson.
All right.
And you and I talked about this matchup.
We did.
We talked about the guard matchup with Bledson. You said they're going to be able to throw guys at Bledson.
Length. Guys with length.
Exactly.
Brandon Boston.
That's what I'm saying. Now, how is he going to react with the length?
Like I said, it's going to be some good matchups. You got the Rossa brothers. You got Gainesville's got a big-time shooter in Bailey Minor as well. And if he gets hot, though.
The thing is, and he got to get hot early. I mean, Gainesville is a solid squad now. Benji Wood got him one. There's a three. Shefflin, no good. Tip and fight for the rebound. Isaiah Taylor now comes in and gets a strong rebound. Here comes Pritchett back this way. Pritchett going to dump it off, and he dumped it off to the wrong man. Maceo Thornhill with the steal. Now they try to pop it behind the back. Hey, Isaiah Taylor played football, too. He looked like it, one. The crowd has been interesting today. We're talking 98-57 in the final minute. We're going to get Grayson to the 100-point mark.
Testing out the scoreboard, making sure all the numbers work.
Yeah, all the lights must work. Back iron, no good. The Jared Cook Classic, right here on the SUV TV, again at North Gwinnett High School. Outstanding hospitality suite as always, and outstanding people here that put on the Jared Cook Classic. Tip the hat to you. And we'll be here all day Monday. Monday's going to be fun. Monday's going to be really fun here at the Jared Cook Classic.
Yeah, some nice big-time matchups on Monday. I'll be here enjoying it. Who do we have Monday? Starting off 3:50, South Paulding versus Lambert. North Gwinnett, the host team, taking on Tucker. Always, Tucker has my most favorite coach in the city of Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, man.
Coach Archer, one of a kind.
Man, and the down part, I love being on the floor. I'm not complaining about that, but last 2 years we've been on that side, and Tucker has had that bench. Bro, you want to talk about some in-game stuff from Coach Archer, man. It is golden stuff, man. It is golden stuff.
That'll be followed up 7 o'clock. We'll have Shiloh taking on Miller Grove. Really excited to see those kids from Shiloh come back and play now. Shiloh will be seeing Grayson 2 times this year. That'll be a good matchup over in that region. And they'll end it off with the big one, Wheeler taking on Cedar Shows at 8:35. Now that should be a matchup.
Yeah.
What do you think? What's Cedar Shows bringing back this year?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing. Falan is gone. Stavion is gone. Cedar Shows has nothing coming back. Hey, they just went out there and did what they had to do, man. I mean, no, they got Giovanni McDavid. He's coming back. He's going to be solid. I know a lot of people like Warner Robins, and I think Warner Robins is pretty good. Fayette County going to take a dip down. I think it's going to be Cedar Shows and Buford again. But Cedar Shows, now they have the freshman of the year, the region player of the year coming from Athens Christian over. They got a sharpshooter from Clark Central coming over. They got someone in from Lincoln County. So they put some pieces together. And they're playing tonight, actually, in the Andy Landers Classic. So when they come here to play Wheeler, it'll be their second game. So we'll learn a lot about Cedar Shows there. But, man, they have one of the toughest schedules I have seen. So I think Cedar Shows will put themselves in a 5A conversation very, very quickly.
And you and I talked about that offline. We just talked about Coach Drico Thomas, who I think, man, he does a great job at Cedar Shows. And, just his schedule this year. And like I said, I told you I felt like he wanted to play that schedule. So when they get to region play and they with Buford, then I think they feel like they are going to be ready to make another run at a state championship.
You're going to have to. You fall one game short, you lose in the state finals to the team that you've been playing for the 4th time. He walked out of here, Lawrence Barbary walked out of here. And you can tell Coach Griffin is hunting guards. You can tell it.
Yeah.
He's hunting for some guards.
He's trying to find that guard who will step up for him.
West Forsyth and North Gwinnett next here on SUV TV. A lot of talk about West Forsyth. I know the girls program is getting a lot of love. And speaking of girls program, quickly, I know a lot of people talk about Norcross boys and girls combination just to add to the McEachin Flyer. I think that's going to be the combination this year.
Yeah. You know, that could be very interesting. You could have a state championship game with the same two teams. Norcross.
Wow.
Norcross boys could be taking on McEachin, and the girls could be taking on McEachin.
That's very doable.
That is very possible.
I think, I'm going to be honest, though, Angie Hembry, no telling what magic she can work. I think they're going to have to take an extra couple steps this year. They're going to have to take an extra couple steps, but that would be very interesting.
And I'm sure that Coach McMillan from Norcross is itching to get back to that state championship game after last year with Tiff County.
Well, now just think, had Tiff not beat McEachin, you would have had that last year.
Yep.
That's right.
When you boil it all down.
And I think McEachin was just too young last year for him.
Lawyer's Law is in effect. 101 to 59. Grayson, a very, very, very impressive victory over a youthful Greenforest, but they had the opportunity to show you all of that talent and all of that depth. All right, final score, 101 to 59. Grayson Rams improved to 2-0. Greenforest falls to 1-1. It is West Forsyth and North Gwinnett coming up next right here. Don't forget now, tonight, 8 p.m., it is Norcross and Gainesville, SUV TV. That's where you'll find Barry and I. Sly, you coming?
No, I'm going to stay here.
You're here, okay.
Stay here.
All right, so Sly have the rest of the Jared Cook Classic. Have fun with that, my brother. Barry, see you down the road in just a minute. Right here, SUV TV.